Hello, my name is HQ of HQ Reacts. Welcome to my channel. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button, share the stream, and click the notification button for new content.
Hey, people. We back at it again on a Monday. Bringing to you content. Just some weird individuals lately that we have been running across, right? We just need to talk about the grifting that's been happening. The grifting. Specifically the grifting of our good friends, people like Nicki Minaj, people like Officer Tatum, people like that, right? This performance that we keep seeing every other day. Famous people who suddenly find religion, suddenly find values, suddenly find love for power and money and access, okay? When somebody gushes in flowery, over-the-top praise for a politician they never stood with before and we never heard about them before, these people ain't stupid. They ain't doing nothing stupid. We can smell fake. I can smell fake a mile away. So when Nicki Minaj went to Turning Point, okay, when she went to Turning Point and spent the night praising Donald Trump like he was some moral high ground. He was some moral giant. It didn't sound like she believed it. It sounded like a salesman, a sales pitch. The praise was so thick, so over the top, so exaggerated that it crossed from admiration to goofy shit. That wasn't conviction at all. That was an audition. I don't know what the hell was going on, but Nicki, I don't believe you. And then you got that overly masculine Erica Kirk. So you have both of these things on the stage at the same time. You got the overly masculine Erica Kirk. You got the bad hood chick on Nicki Minaj. Just a weird whole vibe, right?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you? So those of you who know, Charlie was very good about having a surprise for every AmFest. And we are so blessed to have you. We are so grateful. I mean,
thank you. I'm honored to be here.
She's from what? Tobago or someplace like that, right? I ain't sure. And on top of some other things, I
am honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
Love you guys. So we're just gonna dive right into this. You had some fun words for Governor Newsom. I have to read these tweets.
See, I don't understand this one thing. that I don't, this is what I don't get from the people on the right. They're always speaking in terms of the left being people who start arguments, who start fights, who like to do picking, nitpicking, fighting, starting stuff. How do you get into the middle of a religious organization? Let's put it that way. How do you get into the middle of a religious organization and start reading mean tweets about somebody? How do you get into the middle of a religious thing and start reading mean tweets? I'm just confused. And you're so religious, you're so above it. You're so above it.
Tweets, because they're amazing and they are so funny. Okay, first one, we'll do this one. Unless you want to read it in your own voice. I think it'd be really great. Okay.
Oh, Gabby Poo, it only gets worse from here for you, buddy. It's the end of the road for you, my love. Get on the nearest jet ski and let that beautiful hair blow in the wind. It'll make you happier than this race that you will not win.
Hey, Black
Enjoy life. Peace.
I understand. I completely understand exactly what's going on. I completely do. But where is this pettiness coming from when this is supposed to be a religious organization? I'm looking at the black folk that go over there and I'm saying, y'all see the bullshit, right? But yet and still, you still over there. What was Nicki Minaj doing? I tell you what she was doing in a minute.
Okay. One more.
Why not? Imagine being the guy running on wanting to see trans kids. Haha, not even a trans adult would run on that. Normal adults wake up and think they want to see healthy, safe, happy kids. Not Gav, the Gav nuts. Gav, not in, Gav out. Send in the next guy, I'm bored.
So I'm just gonna let you riff. Like, I want you to say whatever you want to say,
Well,
Mr. Newsom.
Dear Newscom, we don't have a problem cleaning up the scum if we have to. Please tread lightly. That's what I would say to Gabby Poo.
So with regard to the current administration, what has been maybe the biggest surprise for you, or something that you just really has been put on your heart that you've learned about our president and our vice president?
Well, I have the utmost respect and admiration for our president.
See, this is where you got me. This is where Nicki Minaj got me, right? Because Nicki Minaj is not a respectful person. She's not a respectful person. If you've worked for her or you talked to her or you did any of those kind of things, you know she's not a completely respectful person. And she's a feminist. Now, just take into account that this is a feminist, right? So she's on here saying what exactly about the president? Why is it that you would come on here, make a whole big presentation for this? Tell you in a minute. Let's listen to the lady. Come on.
He has, I don't know if he even knows this, but he's given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guys and to win and to do it with your head held high and your integrity intact. He's
Where? With what integrity? Where? I understand what she gotta do. She gotta do some things. So
from Queens, New York, like me. So, but what it's shown me personally is sometimes, you know, even in the worst feeling times in your life, you think that you're never going to come back from it, but you do. And our president shows that. He's been through every single thing a person can be through publicly. Having to constantly be lied on. It's not really that funny. Until you are in that person's shoes that's being lied on, you'll never understand what it feels like. That person is a human being. They have a family who has to read those lies. And that's not, and it's just not fair. But this administration is full of people with heart and soul. And they make me proud of them.
you see, these are the things that make me lose it from her. I've never denied that I'm a feminist. I'm a feminist all day, twice on Sunday. But yet and still, I was still married for 30 years to the same man. So feminists can be married and be wives. Let's be clear. Feminist to me is not a negative thing. So maybe it's a negative thing, y'all.
Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both powerful men, smart, strong, all of that, but both of them have a very uncanny ability to be someone that you relate to. I can relate to them. When I hear them speak, I know that they're one of us. Like, I know that they're not. Don't you guys agree? They haven't lost touch of the world. You know, they're still connected.
See, this is that delusional world. If you're very good at, see, if I went over the turning point, I could fool them too. I could fool these people too. Because this shit doesn't make sense. Not when she said some other things.
To the world and what's happening in the world, with the younger people and older people, with the richer people and not so rich people. They have the ability to still connect and be real and make us feel proud to be American.
So why now have you been involved with speaking about politics? What was kind of the turning point for you? Yeah.
I have something inside of me that's stronger than what's out there. That's right. So when you've had enough, you realize, wait a minute, why do I even care about these people and what they think? Who are they? They don't even know who they are. So I'm not going to back down anymore. I'm not going to back down ever again.
Amen.
If you believe Nikki is the truth, I got some swampland for you.
Can the students in the room raise your hand? Wow. This question is for you guys. So you guys are very courageous,
okay.
And
that's the only part I need to show you on that. Now, this is Nicki Minaj talking to none other than Kevin Samuels, right?
That's very right.
Hold on.
Women. Fresh race out of the shower, just you.
Yeah.
Hold on.
The points because we've evolved to find more slang up saying, hey, as a result of you, I snatched the ring. I just actually posted a brother who was about.
So, I'm just gonna show you the real Nicki Minaj, because that Nicki Minaj that we saw on that stage at Turning Point, that's some bullshit, because that's not who she is. Not at all. Okay? Not at all. This is the real Nicki.
To move to the Dominican Republic, and he found his wife in my Facebook group. Like 12 couples have gotten married in there. But that stuff doesn't get publicized. But when I'm talking about relationships,
Where is she? Hold on.
I love my dog.
Why do successful Black men date outside the race?
We don't want to hear that. I want to hear her. I want to get to the part where she talking.
More Black men who want Black wives get with Black women.
Can I say something? Real quick? Black women, can we?
So this is the real Nicki Minaj.
Can we stop talking about if these niggas want us or not? Excuse me, Kevin. This is not. I'm talking to Black women real quick. Can we stop posting all day on TikTok? Because I newly went to TikTok and I just kept seeing this. Black women, can we stop talking about if Black men, if these successful Black men want us or not? Like, can we just focus on us and we be successful, and then we go out there and we decide who the fuck we want? Because what I've been seeing is, I feel like I've been seeing men using that as an opportunity because they've been hurt and somebody done went to them, and they've been using it as a way to come out and lash out and poke fun at Black women and use it as a way to feel like they somebody or they something. Or so for all you niggas that's doing that on TikTok, wherever the fuck y'all at, eat a dick, go away. Nobody gives a shit about you. And I want Black women to stop fucking posting about whether or not y'all want Black women or not. Okay? Well, I want Black women just to focus on themselves, be successful, and
see, this is what you don't get, Black Wolf. She's telling the Black man, or she's telling Kevin Samuels to go eat a dick. She's telling him to go eat a dick. She's telling him we don't need to focus on what the hell men want. Men want us to be X, Y, and Z. Don't focus on what men want. Focus on what you want. Now, where in the hell is that message anywhere being related over there at Turning Point? That's not being related over there in Turning Point. Not at all. Right here, right now, this is what she's telling Kevin. All these men out here, you included, are telling women that they need to buckle down, be submissive, and X, Y, and Z. She's saying, hell no. She's saying to Kevin, and she didn't say it to his face, she wasn't trying to be rude, but what she was basically saying to him was the same thing. Women, stop worrying about what these men think. These men ain't got telling you shit. She's basically saying that to Kevin without actually saying that to Kevin. Okay? So no, it's not the message that you're trying to, that you all want to hear. So when I heard that she went over to Turning Point and started glazing Donald Trump's dick, I was like, oh, hell no. I know for sure she ain't over there trying to glaze on his ass.
Then you go out there and you decide the trajectory of your life. Okay?
Well,
I know you ain't woke.
There's a lot of hurt on both sides. And a lot of, and especially in the Black community, we don't really do a lot with counseling, therapy. I recommend therapy often because we got a lot of stuff individually that we want to deal with. And marriage and relationships are not for everybody. And I'm just trying to, ultimately I ask people, what do you want? What do you want? And what are you prepared to do to get what you want? And are you willing to pay that cost? It's really the conversation, but it always gets kind of whittled down. But at the end of the day, what we are seeing is, especially if you're under 30, it's harder for guys today under 30 than it was from 50 years ago.
Right.
Because you can't take care of a family on a high school or just coming out. So they're at the bottom. Mm-hmm. And I just had men's week, and I told guys, look, while you're under 30, work on getting yourself together, because like it or not, you're really not in a position like you should be to be able to work with, lead, do anything like that. And you see the hate, not the hate, but the hurt.
But that's not the message that Nikki has come here to say. Nikki came to tell you that women need to stop worrying about what you think about women, and they need to focus on what they're doing. Nikki came to tell him that. But my overall point is what she said over at Turning Point was one of those people who go over the turning point and want to get along with the people that are at Turning Point. Instead of standing on business, instead of standing on being the female that she is, Nikki came over there to get something. What did she come over to Turning Point to get? That's the question. What did she come over there to get? Okay. She went over there and praised Donald Trump like he was all that in a bag of chips. She sounded like a fucking salesman. Nicki Minaj isn't she, I don't know whether she's a citizen or she's applying to be a citizen in X, Y, and Z. Okay. Maybe she's applying to be a citizen and maybe she's not. I don't know. But I know she wasn't born here. But I can't tell. 2, she has a husband that has got legal issues. Did her husband go to prison? Is he in prison? I don't know. What the hell is going on? Because Nicki Minaj is looking to get something from Donald Trump. Nicki Minaj is a feminist, one of those feminist women. She is in no way on the same page as those people in that place. So she went to Turning Point. Yeah, I do have a penis, Chris. I got a penis. My dick is bigger than yours. Shut your ass up. So she went to Turning Point to lay the praise on thick. She exaggerated she's a legal immigrant. But Donald Trump said he was willing to throw legal immigrants out. Okay. He's willing to throw legal immigrants out. Now, what is going on with her husband? I don't know. We got to be honest here. The principles and values she tried to claim she shared don't line up with her reality. She got on that stage and pretended like she was submissive. She was X, Y, and Z. Turning Point markets itself as a religious, family-valued organization. Yet the messenger they chose is someone who has never lived by those standards. She never claimed to, and she never needed to. Not until 9. That's fine until you start pretending you do just to get close to power, just to get a pardon, just to get a, what the hell is it called? Favor from the president. This is the biggest stage in the country so far. The biggest stage that's going on. Why the hell would she decide to come all the way to Turning Point just to turn the fuck up? Just to act like she like this. Okay. Why? Because she wants something from Donald Trump. Okay. You can't sell holiness. Not at all. You can't sell holiness while cussing like a sailor, glamorizing excessively like she does, defending behavior you condemning other people. Yeah. There's no record of her citizenship. No. And she's married to her husband, who is a felon, blah, blah, blah. You can't pretend to be aligned with moral order while married to somebody whose record speaks for itself but then again, her husband is a PDF file. Yeah, her husband is a PDF file. I'm sorry. Yes, he's a PDF file. I remember that, right? You can't wrap yourself in righteousness and you deliberately married that PDF file, especially when your brand has been about being a feminist and X, Y, and Z. Okay. So I'm saying she picked the biggest platform to get out there and do X, Y, and Z. To do what? Okay. She's not submissive in any way. Okay. So that idea got to be, it is a lie. She's not. This is the same woman who pushed back hard against Kevin Samuels. His message. Kevin Samuels' message is a woman is supposed to be beneath her husband, submissive under her husband. Automatically, Nicki Minaj don't qualify like that because she's a breadwinner in the house. She makes all the decisions. She get out there doing her she does her program or her show. She's the boss chick, all of that. Okay. So I don't know what the hell is going on. This is not the Nicki Minaj that we know. Okay. Sure. Goofy first name, last name. Goofy. Why y'all don't read? I don't understand. I don't understand why you don't read. So, this is the same woman who hit back against Kevin Samuels. She made it clear that she bows to no man. So suddenly she kneeling in Turning Point USA. On top of the fact that she's glazing on fucking what is it? Donald Trump. Okay. Glazing on Donald Trump. Okay, I see people in the audience who don't understand what the fuck I said. Kevin's message is in direct opposition than hers. That's her being over there talking to him, pushing back on his message. Okay? That's goofy. Now she's not acting like that. Now she's not the feminist. She's the submissive type. Oh, I love Donald Trump. I love JD. I love all of how what how what how? Okay. That's grifting. That's called bootlicking. Okay. That's telling powerful rich white guys who are in the White House what they want to hear so the doors can be open for whatever you want. So any checks that can come your way, invitation to the White House, maybe giving me immigration status. It's not about being belief. It's about proximity that she wants to the White House. Okay. And let's be clear, she's not the first. She won't be the last. There has always been a class of black people, okay, willing to sell respectability. Okay. You don't understand what she did. Didn't you just hear me say, you act like you didn't understand Kevin's message, Black America. You act like you didn't understand it. I'm confused. If you don't understand his message, then you listening to the wrong thing. Because clearly, if Kevin's message is you women need to get it together and become wives, be submissive, do what needs to be done to get yourself a husband before the age of 30, X, Y, and Z, and she comes there and says, women don't pay attention to these men, do you That is the direct opposite of his message. What part of that don't you get, Black America? I'm confused. Am I the only one who saw that? Am I the only one to understand why she went over there and talked to Kevin Samuels and what she said, what she just said? Am I the only one who understood she was pushing back on Kevin Samuels? But now all of a sudden, she's submissive. She's quiet. Okay. But there's always been a class of people, Black people, willing to sell their respectability, loyalty, even sell some of his own, sell themselves down the road. Even people who look like them down the road. The job is simple. Praise the system, praise the people in power, blame the Black folks, blame the left, and don't rock the boat. Okay. What makes it even worse is when the same people might throw Black people under the bus. Okay. That was never Kevin's message. Really, I listened to Kevin Samuels too. That was his message. Okay. Power doesn't respect the groveling that we saw on that fucking stage. No power respects that kind of groveling. It uses it. It's going to use her. This is history. Okay. Okay. The people who snuggle up to power, thinking they'll be spared, are always shocked when they get discarded or thrown to the wolves. Okay, I don't know how far this grifting shit will go, but it ain't gonna go far. It can't go far. Let's just say what it is. It's not bravery. It's not truth. It's not faith. It's performance. This was a performance from Nicki Minaj. It was a performance. It was an embarrassing performance because I could tell that it was a performance, but she did it nonetheless. That's wild. And we got a lot of those people who do the same thing. Okay. Myron. What happened to Myron trying to get into Turning Point USA? What happened to Myron? Okay. Turned away. Why did he get turned away from Turning Point USA? Because he's grifting all the time. All the time. Why is he grifting all the time? This person. I can't believe him one way or the other. But it really came to a head to me when Nicki got on that stage and said the shit she said. It really came to a head for me. What the hell are y'all doing? I don't understand what the hell you all are doing. Why are you on there grifting like you grifting? And people are looking at you like, what the hell is going on? This right here is embarrassing.
So he's not been allowed in. Security is he's calling nobody because no one's gonna help him get in. So I don't know who he thinks he's calling. You know, we got 1 security, 2, 3, and the event security. And he's calling, I think he's calling like Andrew Tate to help him get in or something. Nope, not gonna happen, bud. He's like, I'm right here at the corner. Just come get me. No chance.
That's wild. That's wild. Why exactly was he not ever able to get into Turning Point's session? They never said a word to him. He said there's 7 security guards standing around Myron. When has Myron ever been on camera violent with anybody else? When? Myron has never been on camera violent with anybody else. With anybody. Why do they have 7, 8 security guards for Myron when he's never been violent with anybody ever? Okay. He's trash. They turn him away because he's a Muslim. Yet and still, he went there to grift like he always does. And this shit always backfires because they always have an excuse not to allow you into their particular session. They always do. That's why it was wild when I heard Nicki Minaj went to Turning Point USA, because it's not a matter of being black or white. That's not even a thing. Okay, that's not even a thing. The whole point is he is a grifter, and he is doing it so much, so hard that people are starting to see between the lines for him. Unless you're just absolutely just banana special, okay? So they saw him immediately, and they had 3, 4, 5 people to see. That's crazy. Just to put him out the door for no reason. That's the wild part, for no reason. Because he didn't do anything wrong, this young man. But he's a grifter, and he continues to do what he do. And people continue to look at these people. We don't believe you when you talk like this. We don't believe you. Okay? We don't believe you. Because you're saying things and doing things that are not adding up. He's a Muslim. Of course they were going to tell him he couldn't come in. He's a Muslim. Okay? Nobody's letting him in there. And his partner. Okay? And that partner. Nobody's letting him in the door. Hold on. Okay. Who is his partner? Who is the Weeks guy, the other guy? Not Myron, his partner. Myron's partner. Oh, Fresh and Fit. It's Fresh and Fit, right? Fresh gets turned away. He gets turned away from Turning Point. Just some dumb stuff for no reason. He's like, I don't understand why I got kicked out either. I don't understand why I got kicked out either. They walking him out because they know you are just fooling. You just playing.
Thanks for being cool about it, man. Cool. But did it say what I did or something? Or no, I got nothing. Damn. All right. Well, can you tell? Apparently, I don't know why. But yeah, that's crazy, right?
Oh, I'm still confused right now. Why and who?
Nigga, what did I do? What the heck?
Nothing.
What did I do, bro?
What the fuck? You got your name. They have your social medias and everything.
Yeah. Thanks for being cool about it, man. Cool. But did it say what I did or something? Or no, I got nothing. Damn. All right. Well, can you tell? Apparently, I don't know why.
No. Goofy, first name, last name, Goofy. They're not going there for any kind of religious anything else. They're going there to grift, as they usually do. There's no reason for them to go. They're actually more famous than going to Turning Point. I didn't know jack shit about Turning Point until Charlie Kirk died. Didn't know nothing about it. Don't care nothing about it. Right? But why, out of all the places on this planet, do you all decide to go to Turning Point USA? Unless you want to go there to be seen. Okay, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go be seen. X, Y, and Z. Why would you need to go show up at Turning Point USA? Nobody needs to go turn up at Turning Point USA, especially if you're a grifter. And these two definitely are grifter. Fresh and Fit are definitely grifting. But it's become embarrassing. It's become embarrassing to black folk who know what you're doing, you're riding the wave. Okay. You're riding the wave and it's embarrassing. Okay. Nicki Minaj definitely was embarrassing. Okay. That's crazy. Okay. This is that one guy. What's his name? Who I was just thrown away. Okay. That, what is it? Abba and Preach. Okay. Abba and Preach freaking called out. Abba and Preach called him out. And I was like, yeah, you definitely need to stop this. Because this is definitely one of those grifts. Definitely. Because this shit can be seen. We can see you, right? You know we can see y'all when you do shit like this. Hold on. I couldn't figure out his name until the last minute. This goofy person right here.
I'm very angry because you don't get your lick back.
Because you know why he goofy and he grifting? Because he said straight up, I would never cry for my wife. I would never cry about my wife. I would never get on TV and cry about my wife. But yet and still you got on here and you cried about Charlie Kirk, which made you look even more goofy, which made you look even worse. And I was even embarrassed for you. Okay? I was even embarrassed for you. So, listen to him. After saying he would not cry on camera, even for his wife, he's crying on camera for Charlie Kirk. Why would you get on TV and why would you get on line and do this? Why didn't you do it off camera? That's crazy. That's crazy to me. All of these people who get on here are grifting. That's it. That's the whole point. Specifically, I'm calling the black folk out. I'm calling the black folk out. You're grifting. You need to stop it. Because we can see, we can see you, right? Okay. Nicki Minaj was not the first. This dude will not be the last. There's a whole class of people that like to sell whatever, respectability, loyalty, whatever, even throw their own people under the bus. Okay? Throw their own people under the bus. Okay? And they talk about values. They lack those values. They lack those standards. They shame their own people. Fresh and Fit got that good. This dude got that good. Shame their own people just so they can whitewash themselves to be palatable to white folks. Ain't no way in hell this shit should be happening right here. Just so blatantly out there. Nicki Minaj, you need to get your ass off the stage. Stop saying that crazy wild shit. And you can't tell me she didn't know. Most of us, if we feel a different way, a different type of way, we are going to keep it to ourselves. especially if it's different from the other black community, people in the community. Only way we speak out is if there's an advantage to us speaking out regarding this subject. Okay. And a lot of people, a lot of black people, they get paid a lot of money to pretend we don't recognize bootlicking when we see one, especially when they stepping on us trying to do it. Nicki Minaj has an agenda. She's just the latest one. Okay. That dude right there crying on the stage, crying on that this damn TikTok or video or whatever. That dude makes millions of dollars a year calling and talking about black folk. He said specifically, I'm never going to cry about my wife. Then get your ass on here and start crying about Charlie Kirk. I ain't going to cry about my wife. I ain't finna do that. But you specifically get on here and start whining about Charlie Kirk. But back to Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj needs something. She's divorcing her husband. According to some people, she's divorcing her husband. Okay. I'm not saying she doesn't have a gripe with the Biden administration or anybody else. I'm not saying she don't have a gripe with them. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is her objection is very convenient. Her objection to the Biden administration, no, her coming out and talking like this is extremely convenient. Okay. Extremely convenient. Okay. No, but I'm not saying she doesn't have those feelings. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is she's grifting. She is saying these things so she can curry favor with the president because she's an illegal immigrant. Illegal immigrant. I don't know which one, but she's not from here. She's married to somebody that is a known pedophile, X, Y, and Z. Maybe she divorced him, maybe she not. He's a bad boy. She liked the bad boy, and she wanted a baby, so she got who she got. Now she needs something from Donald Trump, and that's all you got to do is praise this president, say nice things to this president, do nice things for this president, and then he'll give you a favor. What favor does Nicki Minaj want from Donald Trump? That's the question. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for what she's trying to spew. Okay? Don't fall for that. She wants something from the president. We don't know what. But nobody comes out here on this public display, on a panel, on one of the biggest stages in the country right now and says what she says. Okay. Sure she can, Chris N. You sound dumb. Why you sound dumb? Why? I don't understand. Why you get on here and start crashing out? Stop crashing out. Okay. Get control of yourself. You act like you don't understand X, Y, and Z. This is something that I wanted to show. This is something that I wanted to see if we could, not now, but later on, see about what's going on with, I don't know what the hell is going on with my mail and all this other stuff. Mail is temporarily telling me my mail is not available. What's going on? Now I can't even access the doggone things that I wanted to. But my whole point is, that's wild. That's wild. Nicki Minaj, and everybody knows, anybody who knows anything about Nicki Minaj knows she was saying some wild shit. Hold on. I was going to show you guys something because I wanted to express this one thing here.
And bold on your campus. Nikki, I know our students feel this way, but why do you think speaking your mind has become so controversial?
Because people know.
Courageous and bold on your campus. Nikki, I know our students feel this way, but why do you think speaking your mind has become so controversial?
What the hell?
Because people no longer are using their minds, their brains.
Don't ask her no questions. Don't ask her no questions. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
So right now, just imagine.
What the hell? I don't know why. What the hell is going on? Come on, y'all.
We're not allowed to have a
Using the damn internet.
We're not allowed to
And so they be
think
messing them
out loud anymore. We're not like it just.
I don't know why, but it's making me it's doing that.
This is not what.
Come on, I don't have no windows, no nothing. No.
The world used to feel like. And especially for the young people, I don't want them growing up in a world where they feel like that. I mean, they deserve for their voices to be heard. They have valid feelings and they're thinking about things. And it deserves attention. You know, we should listen to what they're saying. And if you're growing up in a world that tells you it's taboo to say something that the masses don't agree with, that's not okay. And we're not gonna have it. And I love this. You know, it's giving the younger people confidence that they will need later on in life. You guys will need it, and you will have it. So, I'm rooting for you.
Amen. Amen. Again, Charlie would always say, it really does not take skill to be courageous. It takes a choice. It takes a decision. And I want to say again, thank you for coming and being courageous and being able to share your heart with us. And the reason why that also holds true sentiment-wise is because I know that you are getting a lot of backlash from your own industry. What is your reaction to that?
I didn't notice.
Amen. I feel the same way. When people are like, what do you think about them? I'm like, I don't think about them.
Bingo. We don't even think about them.
We don't have time to. We're too busy building, right?
Yeah, we're the cool kids.
Okay.
The other The other people, they're the ones who are still just disgruntled, but really they're just disgruntled with themselves. They are angry with themselves, you guys. So you can't wake up and think about somebody who is determined to just stay mad. I literally tell them, stay mad.
Amen.
Stay mad. Because we're going to stay joyful,
Yep.
and peaceful and iconic and smart.
Yes.
And we're going to stay thinkers. In a world that doesn't want us to think, we will think. By ourselves, on our own, we will continue to think.
This is something I know that's really important to you and on your heart. And I personally want to know what inspired you to speak out for the Christians that are being slaughtered in Nigeria.
Well, and that brings me back to our great president and this administration and our great country. That we take for granted that there right now in this world are people who cannot worship God as they please, where they please. We take it for granted because we have it. We can't even imagine not having that right. But every time we pray and fellowship, we have to remember the people that are right now in this world hiding to pray and fellowship. And we have to pray for them. And first of all, Nigeria is a place I've always loved. Someone very dear to me, my pastor, is Nigerian. I have lots of Nigerian barbs. And so hearing that people are being kidnapped, and while they're in church, people are being kidnapped, people are being killed, brutalized, all because of their religion. And that should spark outrage in the great America.
Why should it spark outrage when the same people that are in that center right there are discriminated against people who are Muslims? Why would that spark outrage? Nobody says a peep about when you say those goddamn Muslims or those Muslims X, Y, and Z. Nobody says a word when they say that. But let somebody say something about somebody that's Jewish. Let somebody say something about somebody that's Catholic. Nope, this ain't no free country, not like y'all think it is.
And that's what it did. And again, we're not backing down anymore. We are not going to be silenced by the bullies anymore, okay? Know that.
And you guys are the bullies, because the problem is you want to bully people with the Bible. And that's the problem.
Hear that. Receive that, bullies. We won't be silenced ever again. We will speak up for Christians wherever they are in this world. Amen.
Amen.
Of course. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I don't know if you can see this at home, but she is getting a ton of standing ovations.
Of course she is. That's the whole point. The point is to garner support for whatever cause that she has coming down the pike, or whatever cause she wants. She has the support. And the whole point is, you may or may not believe in what Trump is saying. I don't know. All I know is the beginning of this speech, the beginning of what she talked about. Nobody speaks about Trump like that unless they're trying to garner favor. And you come to the biggest platform that is happening religiously. You come to the biggest platform. Oh, we got to get that girl over there. I don't know. It's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing she's black, or she's one of the biggest stars on the planet, and she's a rapper. Maybe we can pull some black folks over there. I don't know. What was the point in bringing her on? What was the point? Did she call Turning Point up and say, hey, I want to speak to y'all? I want to speak on the platform? Why would she do that? There's an agenda. Okay. Yes. There's an agenda. She's been a bully her own self. But hey, it is what it is. All I'm saying is she is the latest one to come on here and grift. And this is wild because now we're doing it. To me, it's like it's a 180. Okay. And maybe she has been X, Y, and Z in her politics. Look, I'm not saying that people who are famous and rich can't be on the goofy train. I ain't saying that. So we could just say, we just put that to the side. There can be goofy people on the gravy train, goofy people or rich people on the goofy. They can be, because anybody that's on the train standing behind Trump has got to be on the goofy train. So I'm not saying they can't be. I'm saying she's unbelievable. After all of the things that have come out, been said, done, X, Y, and Z, you still come out even after that and do all of this support. I think you're grifting, and it's embarrassing to find out that you are grifting. I believe there's an agenda. Agenda is her trying to get her paperwork in order so she can stay. Okay. I don't know. Do you have any actual evidence and audio footage of ICE easing churches? I don't need no evidence like that. I didn't say that. Who said that? Somebody else said that. You got to be talking to somebody else. He ain't talking to me. So the whole point is Nicki Minaj may or may not be religious towards that whole religious thing. Great. And there's a lot of people that are on that side of the religion. But I don't believe you religious people. You religious people are a la carte. You only believe in religion when it's convenient for you. Because none of y'all practice the Bible all the way through. So that tells me that anything that comes out of that Bible is negotiable for you. Anything that comes out of the Bible is negotiable for you. That's the way I look at it. Because you only choose the things that you want to choose, and you only choose the things that are convenient for you, and it's not all the way through thought process with the Bible. Nicki Minaj is a round the way girl. She's an around the way girl. She went over to Kevin Samuels to do pushback on Kevin Samuels. I can't help it that y'all don't know you don't know nuance and subtlety. She came over there to Kevin Samuels' brand has always been women need to get their shit together. Women need to get their shit together, pull your shit together, get married young, have children young, settle down with one man, X, Y, and Z. That's Kevin Samuels' message. Generally, overall, your message is you ain't all that in a bag of chips. You need to pull your shit together and find your man. That's his message overall. Okay. That's Kevin Samuels' message. She went over there and told him, or told the women listening, stop worrying about what these men think. Do your own thing. That is direct contradiction of the message that Kevin was preaching. She just said it very lightly. No, slander Christian. So you're anti-religious, HQ? I'm not anti-religious in any way. I just don't believe in being a Christian or a Muslim or Hasidic or Jewish or anything else. I don't have any thoughts about it one way or the other. All I'm saying is you all don't fall completely under your book. So as long as you don't fall completely under your book, don't try to put me to the standards of your book, seeing as how you don't stand behind your book. That's all I'm saying. I have never needed something to tell me to be a good person. There you go. That's it. I don't need a book to tell me how to be a good person, to be a good human being. I don't need that. So therefore, I don't need the Bible to read the Bible. I read the Bible. I actually, shit. I actually memorized the Bible when I was 10 years old. Memorized it. Went to a whole conference. And spewed that whole Bible to everybody in that audience. I had that Bible back and forth. No, I'm sorry, not the whole Bible. I just memorized a couple books. I memorized the beginning of the Bible and then a couple books. So I went and I said that in front of a conference when I was 10 years old. So I remember all of that. Yes. But I label believers as frauds. Yes. Because I know the Bible. So it is what it is. Hey, you do your thing, I do mine. I read the Bible, memorized the Bible, understand the Bible. I get all of that. Okay. It is what it is. So I'm saying she came there to curry favor. That's cool. Do your thing, curry favor, get what you're come to get. She went there to get certain things. She had no reason to come to Turning Point USA. She had no reason to go there and spit at the loudest platform that she was X, Y, and Z. She had no reason to do that. Why? And then she talked about Donald Trump as he was just this beautiful. See, this is the thing I don't understand. I just can't get past this. When we talk about Donald Trump and we say he's a shitty human being, why is it that we get pushback from people when we say he's a shitty human being? Or no, we say he did X, Y, and Z. And then people who believe in Donald Trump want to push back on that when you know he's done illegal things. Why you don't like Donald Trump? Because he sells pardons. Why you don't like Donald Trump? Because he called female reporters piggies, and every day he cusses out or tells a female reporter that she ain't shit, she ain't jack shit, she ain't gonna be shit every time. What do you mean why we don't like Donald Trump? Y'all act like y'all don't understand that. That's what I don't like. When you act like you don't understand why we don't like that president. Why we have a problem with that president. Okay? So when Nicki Minaj gets on here and says this bullshit, oh, he's the best president. He's just like me. I love him. He's just so nice. What the hell? What the hell? What are you trying to gain when you do this? That's why I called her a grifter. Because you're trying to get something. You're trying to do something. I don't know what, but we better pay attention for the next couple months. Does she want her husband out of prison? She want her husband not to go to jail? Does she want to get her immigration paperwork? What does she want? Okay. Yeah, she got some new fans now. Charlie Kirk couldn't stand her, but hey, he ain't here no more, so let her do her thing, right? Okay. Let her do her thing. But it is what it is, and this is grifter season, and everybody knows when you talk crazy to Donald Trump, he loves when you talk crazy to Donald Trump. He loves it. So therefore, why not get on there and talk 2-point crazy? Why not get on there and tell him he's the best thing since sliced bread, even though we all know he's a shitty human being? Okay. When we all know he's a shitty human being. Okay. And they know he's a shitty human being too. Most people know that he's a shitty human being. And you know how I know he's a shitty human being? because of what he said with Rob Reiner. And that's not the totality of it all that shows that he is a shitty person. No. Donald Trump said this a couple days ago. He ain't trying to change. He's never going to change. He's always been a shitty human being. Everybody just pretends like they can't see it. So when Nicki Minaj comes out here and says this shit about him, I know that she's grifting. Okay. So I know she's grifting when she comes out here and says these kind of things. No. We ain't talking about what Rob Reiner said. We ain't talking about that. He ain't said worse about Donald Trump. No, he hasn't. He said exactly what I've said, that he's a terrible human being. But a person died. So stop trying to justify what he said, Tammy Pierce. It was a shitty thing to say. It doesn't matter what Rob Reiner said. That was a shitty thing to say. Okay. No, you guys say when we criticize Trump that we're evil and we're hateful when we come out and criticize your president. So I don't believe shit y'all say when it comes to, oh, he did worse. I don't believe shit y'all say because y'all have no discerning qualities and you zombies. So when she come out here and say that about the president after the president said what he said, no decent human being would do that, and that man just died. And we turn around and we say to you, Mr. President, please take that back. Please don't say that, Mr. President. And he doesn't? No. He's a shitty human being. And it is what it is. It is what it is. And that's okay. He can be the shittiest president for you guys as he can. Okay? He can be a shitty president for you. He don't want to be my president. He's never wanted to be my president. So let the chips fall where they may. But I do know Nicki Minaj heard what he said about Rob Reiner, yet and still she's going to take on the ire of a lot of people because she went to Turning Point. So she made a calculation as to what she was going to do. She made a calculation. I can gain more from sucking up to the president than I can being silent. So let me suck up to the president and find out how much I can get from sucking up to the president. Okay. That's the mercenary. That's the party. That's not the president. That's not the party. That's the president. The president, Anthony Weiner. Anthony Weiner? Who's talking about Anthony Weiner? That's neither here nor there. So I'm just saying, all y'all who think this is a conversion on Nicki Minaj's part, then you need to be wary. Find out why she came on Turning Point, the biggest platform, Christian platform on the planet. And she said what she said, even after he said the shit he said to Rob Reiner. I don't know why they talking about Weiner. Why I don't know why they talking about that man. That ain't he the one who showed his dick on Instagram or some shit and got kicked out of Congress? Yes. So why are we talking about Weiner? No, this president has made it clear that he only wants certain people to be his president. He don't mind cutting my state off from funding. He don't mind cutting my state off because I'm a lib and I live in a liberal state. You don't care about what happens to me in my state. You've made that very clear that you don't care what happens to libs. We terrorists. We're part of the Antifa crowd. We're part of that black and brown crowd that you don't particularly want in this country. I'm a part of that crowd. So no, you don't want to be my president. You just want to be a president of a select group. Okay. That's why I have no support for you. It's a different thing when It's a different thing when you want to support all of us. Okay, you want to support Christians, Muslims, white men, black men, white women, black women, brown women, brown men, Hispanic. It's a different story when you put us all into that. No, you mean white people are waking up, Pat Yeager. You better check them polls. You better check them polls. Oh, also, have y'all seen that they trying to hide the Epstein files? Have y'all seen that they trying to whitewash the files so that President Trump ain't in the files? You notice that they released Bill Clinton's pictures, but they didn't release any pictures of Donald Trump when he gotta be in those freaking files because he's best friends with Epstein. Of course he's in the files. It would be weird if he never had any files with him in it. Okay. It would be weird if he didn't have any pictures with him in it. And right now, we haven't seen any pictures with him in it. Okay. So blue states, blue cities, it could be any number of things. All I know is what he said was he don't like the liberal states. He don't want to deal with the liberal states. He just wants to deal with people in the red states. He just wants the people in the red states to get money. He ain't worried about the people in the blue states. He ain't worried about any of those. He's just worried about the red states. Okay. It would be weird for him not to be in none of the photos. Okay. So why are they trying to scrub? Why not just release all the files and be done with it? Why we got to have all this redaction? We understand when people's names get redacted. We understand all of that. Okay. We understand all that. Look, some of y'all eat charcoal. Let's be clear. Some of y'all eat charcoal and grass. Because if you think he's not in the files and you think he's not a part of that whole cover up to not be put out there, there's something in the file. There's something in the files that he don't want us to see. Trump cares about Trump. It is what it is. It's denial. It's got to be denial. Yes, you're right, Pat Yeager. It's denial on your part. It's on your part. Because ain't no way in hell that they just decided they're going to release Bill Clinton's photos. Bill Clinton's photos, and that's it. Are you serious right now? Bill Clinton's photos in the pool, but they ain't got none of Donald Trump, right? None. Y'all wild. That's why I said y'all eat charcoal and y'all eat grass. If you think he ain't in the file and you think he ain't did some heinous shit. But that's okay. It's a lot of that. Why don't y'all go over there on X and talk to the ex-MAGA people over there on X who keep jumping off the train? As many people that keep jumping off the Trump train. Why don't y'all go over there and talk to the people on X? You'll figure out who's jumping the train and who ain't. It's a Democrat. Yeah, that's my whole point. Wet popcorn. That's my whole point right there. If it's a Democrat hoax, why y'all holding back the files? Why is there big redactions and shit like that? Why? If it's a big old Democratic hoax, that's wild. That's wild. That's wild. And you know what? I can't with y'all. I can't with y'all because it's like talking to a brick wall. Why, if it's a Democratic hoax, why are they trying to hide all of the Epstein file? Why are they trying to hide the file? No, that's all they got to do is scratch out the name. Scratch people's name out. That's all you got to do. Scratch people's name out. Pat Yeager, 1 or 2 people, it does not mean a Democrat leave the party. Stop it. Biden couldn't release the file. That's it. But you believe that Donald Trump is not in the files. You believe that Donald Trump had no business. Donald Trump didn't know nothing about Epstein. He didn't know nothing about him. He didn't tell his friend. He didn't talk to his friend. See, that's the thing. Even if he didn't do anything, he still went to the island and he still was okay with him dealing with young girls. That's what y'all don't get. He's still guilty of going along with the young girls. He's still guilty of it. Because they couldn't release him because they were under investigation. And they had no reason to get him released because they didn't promise anybody that they were going to release him. Your president promised that he was going to release him. Your president ran on releasing him. Your president ran on releasing him. No, I am not assuming anything. That's what Bondi came out and said. I'm not assuming anything. Why you got to... I swear. Y'all got to start reading instead of asking questions. She came out and said that they were under investigation. Then they got released from being under investigation. Do y'all understand that Donald Trump had to go to court in order to try not to release the files? Y'all do know that, right? Y'all do know that, right? That they went to court not to release the files, right? Y'all do know that, right? That's wild. And y'all don't even believe that. That's wild. I can't. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say when I encounter people who eat grass. I don't even know what to say when I run into people who eat grass. Because you got to be eating grass if you don't understand that you got to be eating grass. I don't understand. Because that don't make sense. You don't. You say you don't know the Democratic judges. Democratic judges. Now we got Democratic judges. King shit. The president has the authority to release the files, just like he has authority to release the Martin Luther King files, just like he had the authority to release any other files. He got the authority to release these. Goofy. I swear. He got the right to release that. Nobody had a problem when he was releasing JFK, when he was releasing Martin Luther King. They ain't had no problem releasing them. He can release these files if he wants to. He got to make a court tell him to release the files. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That makes exactly right. What in the hell makes... Why am I even doing any kind of deny? We can't deny it. No, yes, we can. They gonna continue to deny it regardless of what you say. I can't with y'all. I can't with y'all. Your president is shitty. It just is what it is. I can't help it that's what he is, but that is what he is. Okay. And as I stated, you got Nicki Minaj up there doing her thing. She's grifting. She wants something. Y'all pay attention to what she needs. Y'all pay attention to what she wants, because it's going to be real clear. It's going to be real clear soon enough what she wants. Okay. She wants something from the president. Let her do her thing so she can get it. I'm all for getting used, for him getting used. Use him however you want. Praise him, flatter him, do all the things that you need to do with this president. Maybe you'll get a pardon for your husband. Maybe you'll get citizenship Maybe you get all those things. Maybe you'll get all of those things. But it is what it is. So don't be fooled by it. Because we know. All right? Because we know. We know something. Okay. Yeah, I don't. He says, I don't care about you people. I only care about your vote. Of course. But look, Lord, people need somebody to run them and tell them what direction to go. And B, they need a book in order to do whatever needs to be done on this planet. I don't need either one. I just know about being a good person. You don't need a pardon from God. You're right about that. I don't know. We ain't talking about Harris. We talking about a celebrity who walked up on a stage and start glazing the dick of our president. We ain't talking about Harris. We talking about a person that walked up on a Turning Point stage and start glazing the dick of the president. So now she's compromised. It is what it is. And that's the way we're going to take it. Y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We always had this goofy content in the afternoon. I will be back to talk about Turning Point USA. I will be back to talk about Turning Point USA. Let's do what we got to do and come back. Make dinner, do your thing, get the kids off the bus, all those good things. I will be back, and I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, I appreciate all of you. Yeah, they said they hate when Taylor Swift did it, but now they saying Nicki is devout. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. I will see you all later. I will be back. I definitely will be back. Of course, I'm going to be back. I always come back. I definitely will be back later on. Definitely. I appreciate you guys. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you.